What's up, guys? My name is Jace.
I'm Brandon. And he's thinking.
You fully broke it.
Yeah. I made a hole.
Fully fucking broke
It's so clean, too. It's like, look.
I know.
It's
but
so
It
like,
can be used for other purposes now.
No.
Well, I'm Jason.
And you're watching Milltown Productions.
These things are almost always true.
Usually, sometimes, probably.
Yep, it's like the weather.
And today, we're watching a show, Brandon. What are we watching?
Book of Boba Fett, episode 1 season 1, episode 4.
That's right.
And it's called Black Screen.
It's cold.
The Gathering Worm.
The Gathering
Storm. Gathering Storm, wow.
The Gathering Worm. that's who.
I need my
Mando's going to show
astigmatism
up so he
glasses.
can fight a gigantic worm.
The Rancor.
It's
not
the
really a
Gathering Worm.
Yeah.
You know, we could talk about the last episode for a second if we wanted.
But first, let's get a nice slow zoom into
Do
Jace's
we?
hand.
Do we want to talk about the last episode?
Or do we? It's you, Jason.
I know. I was just,
You were segueing.
well, not really segueing. Is I never know what we're doing. Won't you go ahead and like this video?
Yeah.
If you like the video, because it's a free way to help us out, and then hit the subscribe button, and there's a bell next to that.
Ding, 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 ding.
There's a bell right next to that. That'll give you all notification to everything we post on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then in the description below, or in the description of our page somewhere, there's a Patreon link. And if you click on that Patreon link, you could become a Patreon today.
Yeah. you yourself can become a Patreon.
Yeah, just click that Patreon link.
In that, you get unlimited full-length reactions.
Unlimited.
Unlimited while supplies last.
Yeah.
You can watch them over and over. Unlimited full-length reactions with no cuts. Unless we say something dumb, then there'll be some cuts.
So, the last episode, y'all.
Was actually pretty good. I actually
Pretty
really
fucking
enjoyed
good.
it.
They
Not
got-
even gonna lie.
They got a wankle.
A
A
wankle.
Rancor.
Yeah.
They chased some wankers
Yeah.
through.
Well, they
some
chased
alleyways.
one specific, and that would be the
He is a wanker.
like the assistant to the mayor.
Yep, the assistant to the regional manager.
Manus. And that was honestly like I finally enjoyed an episode. We didn't spend 40 minutes on backstory, so
Fucking gibberish backstory. No
Like-
dialogue.
again, I think that backstory could have worked if done how the last episode
Yes.
did in those little increments all throughout the season. But
Exactly. We're not saying that we hate the background. We're not saying
No.
that we hated that stuff. It was just the format.
it's just
in
when
which
you
it was
tease
told.
me with current day stuff and then you leave me without any more of it for the next 40 minutes, I'm kind of like,
What the fuck?
yeah. So,
Yeah.
Then you have two
But-
stories that are very minimally progressing.
yeah.
But they did.
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about them no more.
Well, I didn't want him to
'Cause
die.
they did.
Who are we talking about as they?
The Sand People.
Oh, the Tuskens are dead,
Tusken
man.
Raiders.
Tuskegee.
Yep, the Tuskegee Raiders. The Tusken Raiders are dead, man.
Which I am sad about. I did not want that to happen. I just wanted to.
I think it's bullshit.
I just wanted to not spend 45 minutes an episode with them. That's all I was asking. And instead they killed them.
Right.
Be
But
careful what you wish for.
Because you just might see them dead.
so the last episode ended with them saying that they're going to war.
Mm-hmm.
So
And they've got a Rancor.
yeah,
War with the Ring Corps.
Got Danny Trejo.
yeah, machete.
He's going to be training the Rancor, so when they go to war,
I'm ready to see exactly how they're going to start preparing for this war.
let's go ahead and do it then.
Why does this actually look like a... Well, never mind. It went away.
Oh, the hue that was on there.
The green hue. Like it was underwater.
Did we already see how he came across?
Finnick?
Yeah.
No.
So that could be what we actually find out in this episode.
Yup. It's
Say your
bad.
name.
Oh.
Shit.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
A flare? Oh, so it is. Just as I suspected.
Yeah.
Immediately after.
Yeah.
It's like I could tell the future or something.
Mm-hmm.
I should just write this show.
Yes. I pretty much gathered that was when he met her because at the end of that episode, you see him.
Yeah.
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 Well, that actually kind of insinuates that he watched what happened to her
Yes.
in the Mando episode because he's like standing up on the cliff, like looking at her as they ride off without her.
And here, he just kind of happened upon her.
Continuity error.
Yeah, you fucking piece of shits over at Disney thought we weren't going to catch on to your fucking bullshit.
Aren't you a little old to be here?
She needs modification. This woman is about to die.
Well, you should have started with that.
What did it say his name was?
Just the modifier.
Bro, it's Compound V.
Aren't you gonna close her up?
Cover all that beautiful machinery.
We've seen her waked up before.
It's like Bender.
No, that's a bantha.
I saved your life.
What did you do to me?
I brought you to a mod parlor on the outskirts of Mos Eisley. You are Master Assassin Fennec Shand of the Midroom.
Who are you?
I am Boba Fett.
Does she know him? I don't remember.
Boba is dead.
I was rescued by the Sand People. They took me in, treated me as one of their own. Helped me recover my fire spray gunship.
Where is it?
Jabba the Hutt's palace.
If the ship is yours, why don't you just ask for it back?
Because I might not like the answer.
If I help you, my debt is paid.
If that is what you wish.
When I said you didn't have to worry about backstory anymore. By might have, I mean terribly wrong.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, this is like interesting stuff that they're tackling, but
What's next for you?
I'm gonna find my armor. And I'm gonna kill that bloated pig who double-crossed me. Take his throne.
You're a hunter.
I'm tired of working for idiots who are gonna get me killed. I was ready to leave hunting behind.
People like us don't get to decide when we're finished.
There are
Yeah,
too many
a couple.
guards.
There's a couple.
Then we time their patrol and go in quiet.
No one sounded the alarm.
Finnick,
Let's get to
me
that.
Clevis.
We'll slip past the guards.
La da da da.
Beep, beep.
Aw. Please don't kill the naked cat.
Oh, that's the rat catcher.
I'll watch the door.
no.
Don't kill him.
Gotcha. Do you know who I am? I am Boba Fett.
Just came out blasting.
So anyway,
Yeah.
let me in. Still.
Oh, the counterweight. Alright, so now they have his flat ship. So,
Now your debt is paid. Where would you like to be dropped?
Where are you headed?
I have a few scores to settle.
I'll go for the ride.
know what that is?
Hang on.
Yeah.
The Sarlacc pit. That's where I was trapped all those years ago. That's where I'll find my armor.
In there. It's dissolved.
Wasn't he in the armor when he got out? It makes no sense for him to have thought this, that it would be in there. He crawled out with the armor on.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn it.
Oh my fuck.
That scared the shit out of me. That's terrifying.
Fire in the hole.
See, the thing is, right?
I take issue with that.
Yeah, it would have shut up, not out.
And it did 0 damage to the ship.
Yeah.
And it perfectly rolled out of that compartment over the side, down into the hole, and into its beak.
Yeah.
Next time, don't touch my buttons.
I gotta be honest.
What?
Last episode was 19 times better. What the fuck is happening right now? Why are we reverting?
I don't have anything to say.
I mean, look, they gotta tell you how
No, the thing is,
Fennec Shen.
No, but that's
and Boba-
perfectly fine. But the way you do it isn't this dumb shit. Like,
Where you get 4 minutes from the real story of the current timeline,
I
and then
know.
let me tell you something right now. Anyone whoever the fuck created this show, everything you needed to know before this fucking season started, you knew in Mando. He already had Fennec. He already went and took over Bib Fortuna's shit at the end of the fucking credits. All you have to do is just start his story right where it starts, when he gets out of the Sarlacc pit. That's it!
3 weeks later.
Just show me this in chronological order. It's not that I'm not a fan of non-linear storytelling. It's just the fact that this is stupid.
Many months later.
And for the fact that Boba Fett would be this brain dead to really zoom into the Sarlacc pit, like he didn't just spend.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
This is a stupid episode. Okay.
Well, hold on. That was a nice little soliloquy. I was just gonna say also, yeah, this could have been put at the end of season 1 of The Mandalorian. Wait, does he come across Finnegan's?
No, no, that was in 2.
Okay, yeah. So this could have literally been before all of fucking season 2 of Mandalorian, and been completely chronological.
You are correct. I mean, he was kind of in a daze. He wasn't all there when he crawled out of the Sarlacc pit, because he passed out, and then the Jawas came and stole his armor. So,
You're Boba Fett.
The entire ship. He's like, let me just take the one thing that I've just spent the whole episode trying to get back, and literally just into the Sarlacc pit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're
like,
supposed to be seen as this like perfect specimen.
Yeah, and then and then luck out with the bomb that happens to be exactly what you need to take out the Sarlacc, and it doesn't work the way work the way it's actually supposed to.
Yeah, it's the anti-physics bomb.
I'm so fucking pissed at this show right now. Like,
this shit must have been written by AI.
I know I'm not a professional, so really I have no right to even give criticism like this. But when you have someone who is not a professional that can clearly see the dumb ass shit you just did and realizes that it's a problem, Boba Fett is one of the most iconic characters, which I know a lot of people think is overrated because he had 5 lines in all 3 movies and he didn't really do much. But like, he's a cool looking character and we want to expand on that.
Yeah.
And then you do him dirty like this. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
I do agree with you. I really do agree with you.
And again, not that I don't like non-linear storytelling. One of my favorite shows of all time is Lost, which is all based around telling a story out of order.
And that's a fucking
whoa. Yeah. But the thing is, they do it well. Sorry to anyone who didn't want to hear that.
Oh,
just don't disrespect your characters, is all I'm saying.
How many times have you been hired to do a job that was avoidable? We're smarter than them. It's time we took our shot. If I'm going to start a house, I need brains and muscle.
I read that his mustache.
You have both. I can offer you something no client ever has.
What's that?
Loyalty. Can only get so far without a tribe.
So he's making his own tribe. Okay.
Boba. Look, he's in a Vector tank.
Are we back for the last 5 minutes?
You are completely healed.
Damn.
What about the scars on the inside? War could break out any day.
Power hates a vacuum.
Ew.
As one of them dancing.
Boy just spilled out all over him.
Oh,
So?
shit. All right. Oh!
Oh, hey, Bubba.
I thought that would do more.
You've made your point. Is it not beneath you to dismember this unfortunate Trandoshan? Now, you have run up quite a bar tab, Santos, so let's say you release this customer and let these fine folks get back to their fun, and in return,
It's on the house.
I will wipe your debt off the books.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Looks like you could use a job.
Yeah.
What kind of job?
You were all once captains under the hut, but you quickly left the family when Fortuna claimed to be the heir. It took this man, Boba Fett, to remove him.
He just walked in and shot him.
You all accrued wealth and riches under Jabba the Hutt. You can again.
I'm sure you all know. The Pike Syndicate are mustering troops in Mos Espa. They have slowly absorbed our planet as part of their spice trade.
We make many credits from the sale of spice in our territories.
What prevents us all from killing you and taking what we want?
I'm glad I never doubted this episode.
Sit. I am proposing that all the families of Mos Espa
Unite.
join in a defensive alliance until the Pike Syndicate is vanquished.
Why should we spill the blood of our ranks for a feud waged between you and the Pikes?
Then I will fight these battles alone. All I ask in return is that you remain neutral if the Pike Syndicate approaches you to betray me.
So how about we just portray you
Will be
now?
acceptable.
I abide.
Will they live up to it?
What I'm short on is muscle.
Credits can buy muscle, if you know where to look.
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, Mando's music. So here's my thing. Like, I do understand, and this is something I do want to clarify because I'm sure I'll get, you know, long ass explanations as to why the story is told this way.
Oh yeah. There's no shortage of that.
I understand the reasoning behind why they decided to try and tell the story this way, because it's a normal trope in storytelling where you start off with something from near the end, and then you cut it off to where then everyone that's reading, watching, or whatever says, I want to know how we got to that point.
Yeah.
Only thing is they've already done that. So now when you start every episode by doing it again,
And again.
you disconnect your viewer or your reader, your audience, from the main story that is being told. And you try to connect them to this other story, and then all of a sudden you flip back 40 minutes later, and your audience forgets what the fuck was going on, why they give a shit, and then you give us a full episode as to why we should give a shit. Then you make them give a shit, and then you spend 30 minutes doing shit that they already knew. Like, that is why I'm saying it wasn't done well. I understand the purpose behind it, but the execution was flawed.
There should have been like one flashback episode.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you wanted to, and I wouldn't even consider them flashback episodes. Again, I think they should have been told chronologically.
Yes, I agree.
And even if you wanted to spend the first 3 episodes of it leading up to where they're about to go meet Mando, and it ends the same way this one does.
Yep.
All 3 just take place leading up to Mos Espa and that whole situation. Cool. Then we get to pick up from where we left off, and all is right as rain.
Yep.
I don't see the issue with doing that.
It's like it has the same format as Mandalorian in one way that we didn't care for.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's as if, though, let's take season 1 of Mandalorian. It's like the first 4 episodes, or realistically, all the way through, it's half of episode 1 with half of episode 5 is the first episode of
Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett. And then the first half of the second, the first half of the 6th.
Like, I mean,
constantly going through the story that way.
And it's weird.
It's very weird when you're doing you're showing what's happening at the beginning of the season and midway through the season at the same time, but you're only giving half of the story for each.
If even that, because I mean,
yeah, if even that.
Like the first episode, I think we spent maybe 5 minutes in total.
Yeah.
On Mos Espa, and then the rest was Tusken Raiders, and those were long episodes, man.
Yeah.
I would venture to say we spent less time in Mos Espa than we did in the backstories, and now we're out of Mos Espa. We're already moving on to the other shit, and we spent no time in the current.
And I guess you could say, well, because there wasn't much that happened in between this and them now going to war or whatever, trying to get the whole council to come together and help them and all this kind of shit. And but so
I won't take that.
I really hope, I really hope, because I was so happy at the end of the last episode. I really hope that the rest of the season doesn't do this, because the ending of this episode was good.
How cool was that power move with the Rancor, though?
That was very cool, but then they still were talking shit right afterward.
Yeah, right.
Like, bro, what?
He said, well, why don't we just kill you? Rancor shows up. They're like, no! And then they said, but why should we help you?
Right. We're not going to kill you now, but, like, why would we help you?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I've gotten most of my thoughts out about this episode already, but I will, I guess, say, like I said, the ending of the episode, good. Didn't redeem the whole episode for me, but it did. Yeah. It ended on a high note.
It is cool that Fennec Shen, a notorious, super famous assassin killer, was like, "Hey, I really like this dude. I want to stick around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's doing good shit, and I want to be around this guy."
Yeah,
so it was cool that he had that much of an influence over a person like that.
Yeah,
yeah. I would also say though, what the fuck else was she gonna do?
Go back to her old life?
Well, she was wanted.
Yeah, but go back to her old life. She was wanted in her old life.
Yeah. I mean, she got caught, though.
She was left for dead, and I guess seeing someone who just did not know her all of a sudden just help her.
Save her.
Well,
and it's someone...
He knew who she was.
No, I know, but like to her, she's like, you don't know me. Like,
Yeah.
you just saw me in the sand and helped me. And then,
Yeah.
like, all of a sudden you find out who it is, and he's got a similar situation going on, like, and he's like, I want you to help me because I saved you. And then turns out he doesn't seem to be that bad of a guy. Like, so she's like, oh, okay.
She took a chance with him. And, whoa.
Oh my god!
I was gonna joke around whenever he was getting out of the back to tank and she was coming in. I was like, why do they just seem like a married couple at this point?
I straight up thought he was butt ass naked, and she just walked on in and was like, "Oh, look at you,
look at you."
This show made Jace rage.
Nothing that we've watched has had me do anything like that yet.
Yep. Do you want to just have the thumbnail Jace like blood ass red in the middle of the rant, dog?
I'm scared to like watch that back. Honestly, I'm gonna embarrass myself. I'm gonna watch it and be like,
man, I guess I could have held that back a little bit.
Yeah.
Guess what, patrons? Behind the scenes content.
I thought he was gonna. Guess what, patrons? Behind the scenes, he's even worse.
He's so mean.
No, I would never admit that.
Oh god.
If it were true. Because it's not.
Yeah.
It's so not true at all.
Yeah, we're paid to say that.
Not by me.
I was gonna say the
was
discussion
fun.
was more fun than the episode, but the episode wasn't. Kevin, listen.
We need to talk.
the episode was fucking horrible, but you could definitely do better.
I was gonna say I don't think it was your fault.
No, yeah,
because
it's
I mean,
not.
more than likely you were just handed the episode and they were like, direct it, and this is the script.
Oh yeah, and how it was like for the script and the format, you did a great job.
Like the actual filming of the show, the cinematography, everything was good about it. Like,
yep, the action was great.
Yeah,
the lines were great.
The Rancor was still stupid again. Not your fault if you didn't put that in there.
Yeah,
which I mean, I know that directors can make alterations to scripts and stuff. But that's usually like when it's like their script or something. But
you said the Rancor?
Yeah, sorry, the Sarlacc pit.
I was like, damn, all right.
The Sarlacc pit was stupid.
Yeah.
Because, like, seriously, like, Bobo, I know you could say he was out of it, but, like, dude crawled out with the armor on, had it stolen off of him, and he just thought the Jawas threw it back into the Sarlacc pit.
Well, I guess he was out of it whenever they took the armor off of him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so you're
but,
saying
like,
he forgot that he even had it on when he got out?
Yeah.
But doesn't he have enough common sense to know that he couldn't have survived in the Sarlacc pit without it? And
Right,
would have
because
had
they even called back to that in this episode.
And then, oh wait, you even see him whenever he's like breaking the branch, whenever he's having his weird LSD trip, where when it flashes back, he's in the armor in the Sarlacc pit, getting out.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no
and
way
fully aware.
Yeah, like there's no way he doesn't remember these things.
And he's Boba Fett.
Fennec Shen even said, "You only survived in there because you had your armor."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why would he look in there and be
I
like,
don't know.
"You think he ate it? No, I don't. I think you're stupid."
Yeah. What do you think happened? Well, I was in there with it on, but then I decided to take it off and then climb out. I decided I don't really need this outside of here.
It was literally just an opportunity to put
The Sarlacc.
the Sarlacc
pit,
on
yes.
camera again, and us to see it in a treacherous moment of even again, we know they're not gonna get killed by it because we've seen them later on. It's so annoying.
If I were to change anything about this episode, is I would just erase it and start again. No, this wasn't the worst episode from this universe that I've seen.
This is just the one that broke the camel's back for me because, like, you can argue that yes, Star Wars' story is told not in a non-linear fashion because we started with the middle trilogy, then did the prequel trilogy. However, those movies still released in order, and the story for each movie was told in order. So, like,
backwards, but in order backwards.
well, what I mean is like Episode 1, that prequel trilogy, it released 1, 2, 3. The story for 1 happened chronologically. The story for 2 happened chronologically.
Yeah.
It wasn't spliced together, and I understand you can change styles for these stories because Boba wants his own, his own show, so have its own flair. But it's not working. It's just not working for me, and you're making him stupid at times, and it's just not okay.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I agree.
Honestly, they should have just scratched this show and gave him his own cooking show and called it Boba Flay.
Boba Flay.
Boba Filet.
Boba Filet. Okay. All right. Look, I'm
done.
I'm done talking about this episode.
Yeah. What's next?
Naruto.
Uzumaki. And then what after that?
Whatever we want.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good time.